Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Ricardo and I'm Study Boosted. Welcome to the very first episode of my back to school series. A lot of you guys probably know me and my channel because I do bullet journaling, but this new school year I really want to start posting content which is study related, and I want to introduce myself to the lovely studytube community. Now in today's video I want to talk to you about my academic background and why I'm studying engineering. So my name is Ricardo, I'm 24 years old and I'm studying engineering in Paris. I'm studying materials and nanotechnologies in an engineering school here in Paris. Now the engineering cycle here is 5 years and I finished my first 3 years, so I'm going to start my 4th year in a couple of weeks. But now why am I studying engineering? For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm Italian. I spent 17 years of my life in Italy, then I was traveling a little bit and I ended up here in Paris. When I was in Italy, I wasn't studying sciences at all. In high school, I was doing literature. I had English literature, French literature, Italian. I had languages. I barely had any scientific subjects. Also, since I can play the piano, I was attending the conservatory there back home, and I was studying music. I was studying musical composition and piano. Now, when you study literature in high school, I'd say that like 80% of the students end up studying in university, mainly literature-related subjects. There are a lot of students who end up studying literature or languages, law, but I kind of felt, if I remember when I was in high school, that there was this kind of stigma around scientific subjects. So when I finished high school, I never actually questioned myself and I never thought that I would end up studying engineering. I always thought that I would study languages because I absolutely love languages. I'm really good at them, and so I really saw myself studying that, and in particular I thought that I would study Chinese language at university. But after high school, I wasn't 100% sure about what I really wanted to study at university, and I really wanted to make the right choice. I didn't want to choose something and then had to leave at a certain point because it wasn't the right one, if you know what I mean. So after high school, I decided to go to China and I spent 1 year there. I could practice the language there, I could see the culture, and that was a great experience because I could see whether I saw myself only studying that at university or if I wanted to do something different. Also, what I was not sure about was, if I'm studying languages at university, what am I gonna do next? Because you know guys, I always love to plan things ahead. So to me, university is something that I wanted to do only if I had a clear goal in mind. I didn't want to go to university because I had to spend time somewhere. I'd rather go to work instead of going to university and study something that I do not like. So while I was in China, I started questioning myself, hey, what do you truly want to study? Now, if you've been to China, and especially in big cities like Beijing, you know how crazy the whole environmental situation is. I remember my very first day in Beijing and it was so overwhelming to see all of the smog and the pollution in the air. So that's when something started to trigger in my mind, because I come from a place where pollution is not as big as a problem as in other countries. So that was kind of a shock to me. I remember like clearly not being able to see what was in front of me because of the pollution. That's when I started realizing that I wanted to do something that could be useful and helpful. So during my year, I started considering all different possibilities, and at some point I remember realizing that I wanted to be a problem solver person. And engineering is about solving problems. Now, during high school, as I said, I didn't really have as many scientific subjects, but I did have a little bit of chemistry, and let me tell you, I absolutely love chemistry. So at that point, I kind of knew that I wanted to do chemistry, and I wanted to like solve problems. So at that point, I knew that I wanted to focus more on chemistry and have the whole problem solving part. So when I was done with my Chinese year and I had this opportunity to come here in Paris, at first I started looking at chemistry. I thought that I would study chemistry at school, but then I ended up doing engineering. Now, as I started digging into the subject a little bit more, I realized that I was really into nanotechnologies. I love the fact that you analyze and study what's super small, and by understanding what happens at the nanoscale, you can change what's happening in our macro world. Now, at first it was super hard because I didn't have the mathematical background, so I had to do an extra year here before starting university. During that extra preparatory year, I was able to study math, physics, and all of those subjects that I hadn't taken back in Italy. So after this preparatory year, I was finally ready to kick in with university engineering, and here I am, and I'm super happy about that. Now, a couple of years have passed since I left China, and right now my plan is to focus more on nanotechnology, which is kind of a broad area, and then from that broad area, focus more into some more specific subjects. So I'm super happy about the decision I made, because I feel that even though it's hard at times, I know that what I'm learning is going to be useful for the future, and it's going to make an impact on my life, on my work life, and on other people's lives. Also, I want to end this video with a kind of a silly note, but I'm such a huge Harry Potter fan, and I remember when I was a kid that I absolutely loved everything that was alchemy related. So whenever I study chemistry, or for example orgochemistry, if you've done orgochemistry, you know what I'm talking about. So while studying these scientific subjects, chemistry in particular, I feel like I'm doing a little bit of alchemy, and I don't know, I just love that. And even though it's 100% real and in front of your face, I love to believe that there is a little bit of magic in that, and when you manipulate small things, you change big things. I don't know, it's just amazing and mind-blowing. Also, this summer I did an amazing internship in a lab where I was able to really work on some structures to manipulate at a nanoscale, and I learned so much about what you can do, and I was able to manipulate, to use my hands to do things, and I absolutely love that. Do you guys study engineering as well? Which field of engineering are you taking? Are you at university as well? So let me know your thoughts in a comment down below, and I'll see you tomorrow in my second episode of my back to school series. Bye!